Her hand was wrapped around a plastic cup of cheap red wine. His hand was on her thigh. My son's voice shattered whatever illusion remained. "Dad, that's Mom, with another man!" I turned slowly. Not because I doubted what he saw, my boy doesn't lie, but because I had to be sure. And there she was, laughing, breathing, alive. 3 years after I buried her. 3 years after I kissed her cold forehead, signed the death certificate, and lowered an empty casket into the ground. Because the body was never found. A boating accident, they said. Disappeared off the coast of Oregon. All they recovered was a shoe, hers. I remember holding it like a relic. Now here she sat, 7A, window seat. Hair shorter, skin warmer, wearing sunglasses indoors like some kind of mockery. My hand found my son's shoulder. He was shaking, confused. 11 years old and mourning all over again. I swallowed the rage. You don't react in public, not when you're this close. Mara was the first woman who ever saw me. Not the lawyer, not the kid from a broken home, just me. We met in college. Her eyes were wild, reckless. She believed in forever, or said she did. We married fast, built a life slowly. Mortgage, kid, golden retriever. For a while, I was convinced we had outrun the statistics. But lies rot quietly. They hide behind long work trips and turned-off phones. The first sign? She stopped looking me in the eye. Then came the secrets. Passwords changed, late-night texting, receipts that didn't make sense. I checked the bank accounts. I checked her GPS. I didn't want to, but I did. She had another life. A man named Cal wired her money. She was supposed to meet him in Portland. I confronted her the night before the trip. She cried, said she needed time, space, said she was sorry. And then she vanished. No body, just the Coast Guard telling me the current was strong and the waters were cold. We held a funeral. I held my son. The insurance paid out within 6 months, $750,000. Her policy. She'd taken it out just 2 years before the accident, naming me and our son as beneficiaries. I used it to pay off debts, sold the house, moved us out of state, tried to start over. But I never bought it. Not really. Because when someone dies, they leave something behind. A trail of grief, a smell, a mess. Mara left nothing. So I started digging. Old messages, cloud backups, facial recognition software. I found inconsistencies in her death report. The witness who claimed to see her fall from the boat never existed. Her dental records had been misfiled. It wasn't proof, but it was enough for me. I waited, quietly, silently. And then I bought 2 tickets, me and my son, to Belize. It wasn't a vacation. It was bait. She took it. People who fake their death don't return to old stomping grounds, but they do travel internationally, where fake identities can breathe. So I tracked every flight from Belize to the US for 3 months. Then I bought a ticket on a flight I suspected Cal had taken before. I sat us in the back, gave my son the window seat, and there she was, 2 rows ahead. New name, same laugh. She hadn't changed enough. The confrontation. We landed in Dallas. I sent my son with a flight attendant, told them we had a family emergency. Calm voice, smile, always the smile. Then I followed her. She didn't notice me until I grabbed her wrist outside the terminal. "Don't scream," I said. She looked at me like I was a ghost. "You're supposed to be dead," I added. "But I guess we both are." I took her phone, pushed her into a corner of the parking garage. She stammered, started some story about witness protection. I laughed in her face. "You faked your death for a man who won't even hold your hand in public." Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. "Your son mourned you. He still cries in his sleep. And you?" I stepped closer. "You bought your freedom with a lie and a shoe." She broke then. Tears, but not guilt, fear. She asked if I was going to kill her. "No," I whispered. "I'm going to ruin you." I had the evidence, video, fingerprints, digital trails. I hired a private investigator to hand it all to the FBI. Insurance fraud, identity theft, child abandonment, attempted murder if they looked hard enough. By the time we landed home, the agents were already at the gate. She looked back once, handcuffed. That was all I needed. The money? Recovered. The man? Arrested too. Turns out he'd helped forge her documents. My son never saw her again. I told him she was sick, that sometimes people get lost in their own lies and can't find their way out. But someday he'll know the truth, when he's strong enough. As for me, I sleep fine. I don't dream of her anymore. I don't hate her either. Hate is too loud. I prefer silence, because in silence, they never hear you coming.